Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. And I'm here to talk to you about my psychic protection tip number 47. This is also my tools for psychic protection tip number 3. And this is all about using crystals to protect your home or office. This psychic protection tip is the third in my new series of tips, tools for psychic protection. And this one is about, as I said, using crystals to energetically protect a space. This new series of tips is to give you some extra help with your psychic protection. These new tips use actual physical tools. They are for when you feel you cannot do a good enough job protecting yourself or your space using the non-physical tools in my treasure chest of psychic protection tips. I use many of these physical tools myself. This particular tip is especially useful because it helps to keep your space physically and psychically protected even when you're not there. First, look back at my last psychic protection tip, and that'll give you a good understanding of why and how crystals are so helpful for use in psychic protection, just in general. And once you've done that, let's move on to today's tip. Let's take a moment to look at crystals and color. The color of the crystal or stone can have a powerful effect on its ability to protect, as well as on the type of protection that it can best help with. This is a complete topic of its own that I'm going to talk about in my next psychic protection tip. For now, let's just use clear quartz crystals for our protections, as clear quartz by itself can actually do what every other colored stone or crystal can do. Although perhaps a colored crystal could focus more of your energy more powerfully. Because of its diversification, clear quartz is my usual best and easiest choice. So try some of these tricks to energetically and psychically protect your home or your workspace. 1. Start with an energetically clear crystal. You can lay it on a bed of sea salt overnight, or soak it in salt water for a few hours, or run it under running water for about 15 minutes to clear it. Always start with a clear crystal. 2. Review how to charge a crystal. I hold it in my right hand, which is the sending hand. I take 3 deep grounding and centering breaths to clear and ground myself. Then, with a clear mind and emotions, I visualize and emote or feel what I want the crystal to do for me. I then breathe my intent on the crystal, actually telling it what I want it to do while I hold my visualization constant. Remember not to let your mind wander. Anything your mind focuses on when you're charging your crystal will end up on your crystal, so keep your mind focused. 3. To protect your entranceway, you can charge 2 crystals with the job and place them to either side of your door. Either outside or inside is fine. Obviously, if you're in a populated area where somebody could take your crystal, put the crystals inside. I love working with crystals in this way. When I do entranceway protections, I visualize the 2 crystals I place on either side of the door, reflecting and grounding any negativity that visitors may be carrying with them as they enter. I have actually had the experience of someone not being able to enter my home because they were so immersed in their own nastiness and wouldn't let it go. So this is a very powerful protection. To protect a single room, get its compass directions and change and place a crystal at each cardinal direction point. That's easy. If you have a smartphone, your smartphone can have a compass on it very easily. Just download it. I usually charge my compass protection crystals with creating a wall of protection, an actual wall. And I ask the archangels, Raphael for east, Michael for south, Gabriel for west, and Oriel for the north to create a wall of protection around my space. So when I charge those directional crystals, I actually ask the archangel to work with each crystal individually. To protect your entire house. 5. Or your apartment, do the same thing, only use the cardinal points on the outside perimeter of your property. The crystals can then be placed outdoors or indoors. If they're outdoors, you can either bury them or use them as a decoration. 6. If you're using multiple forms of psychic protection in your home or office, you can introduce them to a single crystal, which will link them together through it, and then place that crystal in the center of the space. So after I charge my 4 crystals for my direction and cardinal points, I'll place my 5th crystal that ties all 4 together and let them touch, let them introduce to each other, and then put my 4 cardinal point crystals around my house and keep my holding crystal somewhere in the middle of my space. 7. You can even charge your crystals to create an aura of invisibility around your space so that other people simply won't notice it. You can do that and carry that crystal right on your person as well. Give that a shot. You'll be fascinated at the results. And last, 8, don't forget, crystals lose their charge that you gave them over time. This happens minimally. They'll lose a little bit each day, each week, each month, so that they need to be re-cleared and recharged at least 4 times a year on the spring and fall equinoxes, which are April 21st or thereabouts, June 21st or thereabouts, September 21st or thereabouts, December 21st or thereabouts. The spring equinox, the fall equinox, the summer and the winter solstice. You can do this more often, even weekly. And especially if your crystals have been receiving a workout from lots of difficult people coming into your environment. For example, if you're protecting a public place, such as a retail store, you'll want to do this probably weekly or even more frequently if there have been a lot of customers in that store. I wish you lots of fun and success with this tip. It's been one of my favorites for many years. I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. Visit me on my website for more about me and my work. I'm at www.sandyanastasi.com. Thank you so much for coming by.